My name is Deborah Kasmer, and I am a guitar teacher with almost 25 years experience teaching guitar lessons to children, teenagers, adults, senior citizens, just about everybody. I've taught beginners all the way to advanced. I have developed many courses over the years for the college that I teach at, and I am currently teaching private guitar lessons on Zoom. So I'm really excited to be doing this. I've been doing it for a while now, but now that everybody seems to be online, what greater time is there to learn how to play the guitar? So I will just talk a little bit about my teaching philosophy and what I can do, and hopefully maybe I'll be able to help you. I can teach people how to sight read music. Sight reading is great. I love to do it because if you can sight read a song, the sheet music, you could play anything. You could play songs that you've never even heard before just because you have the ability to read those notes on paper or on your computer or wherever they may be. So reading is wonderful. I love to do it. However, there are many people, for whatever reasons, do not want to read music. They just want to pick the guitar up and play, and that's great too. I play by ear as well, so if I hear a song and listen to it, I can be able to pick out the notes and play. That's what a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as that's what you're happy with and that's what you want to do. So I can help you with the ear playing by teaching you chords and chord progressions and scale progressions. So there's a lot that you can do with just a little bit of information to advance your playing. When I was young, my teenage years, many years ago, I got so far, playing the guitar. I got up to here and then I plateaued and I couldn't get any further ahead because nobody was teaching me how to be able to get further ahead. And it wasn't until years later when I went to college and I had a wonderful guitar teacher who made me feel confident with the skills that he was teaching me. And it was like, oh my gosh, now I could just progress and go on, and it was wonderful. So I can teach you how to play chords if you just want to strum and do some rhythms. If you want to play some lead guitar, play some notes in between those chords. If you want to play a song that's got melody within the chords that you're playing, I can do that. Or perhaps you'd like to play fingerstyle guitar, whether you're playing an acoustic guitar, acoustic 6-string with steel strings, or a nylon classical guitar. Nylon strings are really nice because they are easier to play on the fingers. So this happens to be a Spanish guitar, and I'll just give you a little demonstration of playing fingerstyle, no picks. Okay, so fingerstyle, I can teach you, a little bit of that to get you started or to progress, whatever you want. Perhaps you'd be interested in learning how to play guitars in alternate tunings. I love to do alternate tunings because it lets me be very creative and come up with chords and arrangements that may be impossible to do in standard tuning. So this little guitar, it's the guitar that my 3-year-old grandson plays when he comes over, and I have it tuned to a D chord, so when I play the open strings, it sounds like D, F sharp, and A, 6 strings, but so with him, with any toddler, this is a great tuning because usually children just want to strum on the strings, and they may not have the coordination to be able to play chords as adults do. So this is nice because it sounds nice, and it gives them the opportunity to play the strings and develop rhythm and develop coordination. So this is an open D tuning guitar. Whoopsie, sorry. And for children, I do recommend nylon strings. So this guitar does have nylon strings on it. However, it doesn't mean they can't learn on steel strings. It just means their little fingers might get sore from playing steel strings. So with children, I always do recommend starting off with the nylon string guitars, whether they're classical or whether they're acoustic. Sometimes there are children's size electric guitars. Those are nice also because the strings are thinner. So you want your child to be comfortable when they're learning to play. Or perhaps you might want to play an acoustic guitar for an adult in alternate tuning. So this particular guitar I have tuned to an open C chord. So when I play all of the open strings, all I'm hearing are C, E, and G notes, which make the C chord. So when you're doing open chord tunings like this, it's nice to just be able to strum without using your left hand or right hand, depending on what your strumming hand is and what kind of guitar you're playing. But what's nice about alternate tunings is a lot of times you can start to play a melody and strum the chords along with it. And a lot of them are only one finger notes or chords for that matter. So it's really fun to play guitars in alternate tunings. Well, perhaps you have an electric guitar and you'd like to learn how to play the electric guitar. I love my electric guitar. It's a lot of fun to play. The strings are thinner, which makes it easier on the fingers. The action, meaning how far the strings are from the neck of the guitar, is nice and low. The neck is thinner, so people with smaller hands, this is great. It's nice for children. If you have a smaller size electric guitar, that's wonderful. But on electric guitars, we can do power chords, which you can play a power chord with as little as 2 strings, or actually as many as 6 strings. Because the definition of a power chord, it's a 2-note chord, it's a root and a fifth. But regardless, the 3-string chords are the most popular because you can move all over the neck. If you know one form, you can do all over the 6th string and the 5th string. So there's a lot of power chords everywhere, and they're fun to be able to play. Bar chords are much easier, where you're playing 6 strings with 1 finger. So in this case, I'm doing a major chord. So I was playing, again, 6 strings with 1 finger. Here I'm going to do like just 3-string bar chord with my 3rd finger. I'm barring these 3 strings, and I'm... You can play just about any style of music on an electric guitar. Jazz, rock, heavy metal, country, blues, you name it, it can be done. So that's what's nice about having an electric guitar. They're easy to play most of the time and a lot of fun. So if you're interested in taking guitar lessons with me on whatever guitar it may be, electric, classical, steel string, acoustic, just get in touch with me.